Ahoy, shipmates! I'm all a bit of a state at the moment, actually, shipmates. I'm trying something new. Hang on a second while I fiddle. Because it looks like our lovely German friends here on the AIDAprima have decided that 8:30 had to be the absolute time they needed to leave on the dot, and off they go. What a superb job those Germans are doing. And let's see, are we live streaming? Yeah, we're live streaming. Yeah, I'd say this evening slightly different. Let's have a look. Trying to get things organised here, but it's a little tricky. Yeah, so we got the AIDAprima departing. Quite a few people on the balcony. Have a quick look around. Sorry, I'm a bit confused. I'll explain why it's all a bit funny. That's the sunset at the moment. Absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Look at that. What a corking sunset. Over in Cowes, we just missed it. We had a very interesting looking ship carrier come past earlier. Excellent spanner. Etienne was following that past earlier. We both commented the bow was very distinctive looking. Reminded me very much of the boat in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I'm probably wrong on that. I've also got this grain ship in here in port. We'll just go back to cruise camp at the moment. So that, obviously we've got the activity. Haven't got any waivers yet. Perhaps we don't have very many German shipmates on the channel. But the reason why I'm slightly all at sea at the moment is because I'm not in my usual cabin. In fact, I'm very much land-based. I'm on a farm here, and that's the view out of my farm window across the fields. Lots of nettles there, which I will probably be demolishing with the tractor for the next couple of days, doing my little helping hand duty here. Mr. P with that's his stables right at the bottom, so he's busy putting the horses away. I've managed to get out of horse duty this evening, which is great. Let's go back to cruise camp and watch the AIDAprima depart on her way to, I'd imagine, somewhere in Europe. Would be my guess on that one. Because I don't know. I haven't looked. It is an absolutely glorious sunset. You know, absolutely wonderful. Oh, they've got some waivers. Excellent. Guten Waven, shipmate. I don't quite know what the German for that is. Let's have a look. So I'll explain what's going on here. Well, yeah, I should explain, shouldn't I? Right, let's get this little ship here. So I am the captain. This is the Solent Ships YouTube channel. My good friend Paul over at Love Cruises is a sponsor of this channel, and he's also hooked me up with a very interesting exhibition I went to over the weekend and Friday. Visited 3 cruise ships here in the port of Southampton. We are looking at the AIDAprima as she departs on the 46th berth here. She's heading forwards, unlike Iona, who tends to be backwards in. And she's heading forwards, out. So I'm not quite sure where she's off out to. I need to make her find that out, really, don't I? If I'm lucky, somebody in this, one of the spanners in the I think Kevin too might have filled me information. It's a 5-night cruise to Hamburg, Germany, Le Havre, Zeebrugge and Rotterdam. Welcome aboard, shipmates. I see we've quite a few shipmates here in the chat. Who have we got here? We've got Raymond Dickinson, who are their shipmates. Kevin Phipps. Hack Andrews in. Ahoy there, Paul Dobson. I say Paul Dobson is excellent shipmate that from Love Cruises. So if you do have a cruise in mind and you've never been before, or you just want a bit of an expert guiding hand, check the link down in the description and give Paul a ring at Love Cruise. He'll sort you out. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to attend the exhibition with me, which is a big shame, because he would have told me what to look for. Unfortunately, I got waylaid and spent most of my time at the bar sampling the rum, although I thought that was important research duty. Boy there, and Savage. And ahoy there, Leslie Clark says, what a beautiful sunset. Let's have a quick look at that beautiful sunset. Where's it gone? That's over on Netley Cam. Yes, it is. Look at that. I think we might have some cracking images in a bit, shipmates. It's just gonna. I hesitate to say it's a slightly boring sky because it's there's no clouds, so you won't get the colours. But generally, we'll have some lovely colours. You see the reflections on the balconies there. Looking good. I haven't looked at the weather. Let's have a quick look at the weather. The weather is it's not too bad. It's at 14C and sort of slightly breezy, 12 to 13 knots. It was very breezy in the port earlier today, so it has calmed down. And you can see the colours really reflecting on the starboard side. Oh, look at the bar at the stern. Oh, that's where everyone's at. Look at that, taking photographs, drinking rum. Yeah, definitely the captain's favourite location that is, at the stern. Yeah, now the wind's died off as well. It'll be absolutely perfect. Oh, there, Jill Marshall. Oh, there, Alan. And ahoy there, Kevin Push says, will there be coverage of Ventura tomorrow? Well, yes. So far, what can I say? I'm not in my usual cabin. I'm actually down here on the farm. So this is the view from my farm window. You see, that's the field that I should be ploughing. Not ploughing. I should be using the flail mower tomorrow to do a bit of flailing. So yes, it appears to be working rather well. In fact, I'm in very rural Essex with incredibly fast internet connection. It's unbelievable. So a quick look at Itching Cam. So I think I might move Itching Cam. No, Itching Cam's got close up here. Oh, that's the dome there at the top. You should do something to Itching Cam to make that better. I'm going to go back to Cruise Cam and do a bit of remote login. Itching Cam has a very unfortunately, Itching Cam has a very poor internet connection. So I need to turn off the streaming from the live streaming camera, otherwise it's too many streams from the streams. Gets its knickers in a twist. Or runs out of internet bandwidth, probably, I should more likely say, in these day and age. I'll just put Itching Cam on pause. There we go, stop you there. Right, turned off Itching Cam, there we go, that'll make that a bit smoother. There we go, notice that already. And there is the ship, which I occasionally call Asda. I don't mean to call it Asda. I think it's pronounced slightly differently to Asda, but I end up calling it an Asda cruise ship. I do like the graphics on these ships. They always have a lovely pair of lips on the front. Look, they look quite the part. Let's look at a bit of colours going over on cows. Let's go back to Itching. There we go. You can see the graphics there on the AIDAprima. She's pulled out quite nicely from the dock there. She'll start to turn, as you can probably see on the cruise cam in a second. We'll flip it over. I'll get Itching Cam prepared. I probably might end up seeing a bit of a silhouette on Netley Cam because the sun's right behind her. So I'm not sure how this is going to work, shooting straight into the sun. I don't think I've done this before. Oh, well, we'll see how it goes. We know you try, can't we, shipmates? We do like to try on this channel. Successfully, maybe not, but we have to try. Oh, they're Babe Blue. Excellent spellings in the chat. I think that Kevin 2's here as well. It's all a bit last minute, I'm afraid, shipmates. I just didn't know if I'd get the internet connection working. Martin Evans says the Cruise Mapper app is fantastic. What's in port and who is going where, etc. Yes, I absolutely agree, shipmate. That fantastic view down the art of AIDAprima, right down the starboard side now, fully progressing into the port side. Or there will it be? It's already requesting drinks in the bar. Oh, I'm sorry, shipmate. I'm not in the bar, unfortunately. I'd like to be in the bar. No. On a farm. Who would have thought? Ellen Gibson says, lovely evening for a sail away. Absolutely, certainly is. Probably evening for that. I just need to find my... It's not my usual setup, and I'm surprised it works so well. I knew the internet were here and the farm was fast, but it's excellent. Let's see if I can get something working here. Yeah, there we go. Good view down the side. Definitely more shipmates on the starboard side, enjoying a lovely sunset while I depart. And I reckon all the shipmates on the port side have legged it down to the bar at the stern. There we go. That is quite the sunny view, isn't it? I think we're going to get a perfect sunset. I have to zoom in nearly cam a second, I think. Fine, net cam. Oh yes, I can connect to that as well. It's going well. So far, very successful. Oh yes, that looks quite good. Let me show you what I can see on Netlycam. That is the AIDAprima just coming out dockhead there. What a stunning sky that is. You can see the lights on the grain carrier there. That's very good. But we are getting some lovely reflections off of the stern as she rotates, heading towards dockhead. If you are enjoying this channel, shipmates, do think about subscribing. It does help out awfully well. There's just some lovely colours in the sky today. I know I said it was potentially slightly boring, but even that, it's very delicate. This one, it's not quite facing into the sun. The camera struggles when it's facing into the bright lights. As you can see, this particularly Netlycam here. Netlycam is facing right into the sun. And up here in Essex, the old farm cam has a field. Up there's Mr. P bringing the dogs back. Put the horses to bed. Be coming in and giving me some jobs to do on the tractor tomorrow. Do enjoy a bit of tractoring. It does make a change from being on the high seas to being on a single seat Kubota. Ahoy there, Sue Hawks. And ahoy there, Claire EJB. And ahoy there, Carol Finnis. Ahoy there, Jill Marr says, cut my field today. We have a Lancaster fly past tomorrow. 80 years. Part of the Dambuster anniversary. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I should be out there on the Kubota with the flail mower tomorrow. I am anticipating a whole day's tractoring. The metals have gone mad. Not much happened until about 2-3 weeks ago, and they just went bonkers. Ahoy there, Raymond Dixon. He also wants a mudslide. I'm going to be at this bar for a long time, all of these drinks, aren't I? There we go. There's the AIDAprima departing down to the port of Southampton. But yes, I think we've got some more ships departing this week, so once I'm not tractoring, I shall indeed try and do a few more live streams, because rather well, it seems to be working rather well here from the port of Southampton. Sorry, from the farm in Essex. Boy there, Cruise Holiday says, good to hear you commentary again. Thanks, shipmate. It's just a 5-night cruise for AIDAprima here. Up to the delights of Hamburg, Germany, via Havsbrücke and Rotterdam. There we can see the sail away party is at full force there in the dome in the centre. Rather gentle colours here as the very distinctive bow. You get a really good view of the bow here on Hitching Cam. There you go. That's the logo. I'm just going to say I confused that awfully with the ASDA logo, which I know I shouldn't. Yeah, it has a very distinctive verticalness to it. There we go. You can see the distinctive vertical bow, and typically the lips is a very frequent presence on these ships. There we go. We can see how this the sail away party there is certainly cracking. Oh, there, Mr. Miyagi-Do says the cruise monkeys are on deck. Oh, excellent. I wonder if they've got their big yellow hands with them. Disappearing behind the grain silos, unfortunately. Switch over to that camera. I think I might actually go back to Netley-Cam. So it does look rather glorious. Netley-Cam is looking straight into the sunset. Hitching-Cam's looking more southerly, whereas Netley-Cam's looking more westerly, where the sun is setting. Let's have a quick look at Netley-Cam. There we go. It's a bit more colour in the sky. Oh, let's see a tug coming in there. We'll probably see that rather interesting ship carrier that ex-Spanish Etienne Rowe was following earlier. Oh, there, George Emmett says he'd like to see some more naval content. Yeah, I'd like to, shipmate. I have this inane capacity to be somewhere else when there's something interesting happening in the port of Southampton. Whenever there's something interesting happening, I just tend to be in another part of the country or in a different country or out on the water myself, but on the wrong bit of water. I'm just filled with this capacity of inconvenience. There we go. There's that tug. Is that a tug? I'm not sure I recognise that tug. Well, I might have to go into the tracking app actually and see what that's all about then. Oh, it's Lomax. Oh, maybe it's just the colours of it or something. I don't know. Just didn't recognise it. Yeah, that's Tug Lomax. Oh, yes. It just looks slightly different. Maybe it's my setup here. I'm using a different monitor. We're following AIDAprima. That we can see. The Tug Lomax. Yeah, that's the colour I remember. That sort of duck egg blue superstructure with a dark blue hull. Not doing very well here. Don't have enough enough screens and things. Go back to that one. Back to this one. There we go. Yeah, see, this camera's looking down. It's got a complete different view. Netley-Cam still looking fairly up into the sun. Nice orangeness to the sky. First decent weather we've had lately, shipmates. Over there. I was on the Balmoral Friday. Then I was on the Celebrity Silhouette Saturday, and then I was on P&O Avia on Sunday. I managed to do 3 cruise ships in one day. Quite the experience. I did a full tour of Balmoral, full tour of Celebrity Silhouette. I did do a full tour of P&O Avia as well. And I shall be editing those up this week and put those on the channel. So hopefully you'll enjoy my ramblings as I walk around. Very different ships. It was a real interesting experience to compare them all so close to each other. Makes a change. We have the AIDAprima just departing beyond the dock head now. Past the multi-storey car parks. Those lights on the sky dome in the centre are very bright, aren't they? Very visible indeed. I don't know if the cruise decks... the cruise monkeys are on deck waving. Yeah, look at those lights fizzing away. There'll be a right old sail away on there, I'm sure. Let's get a look at those that bow, shall we? Yeah, it's very distinctive, a vertical style, dreadnought style bow there with the lips, the eyeball. I can't remember the name of the artist. There we go, there's the light show on the Guy Dome. It looks very calm on Southampton water out there today. I know it's been very windy this morning. When I was in port early this morning before I made my way to the wonderful Essex countryside, which, if you're wondering, don't have much of a sunset in Essex here at the moment. A little bit of colour in the sky there, but not a great deal going on. Just lots of nettles growing rapidly. Seems to be the matter of course up here in Essex. That looks like we've got another tug out. I was concentrating then. I'm multi-device operating here, so it does take a little bit of my time sometimes. Ahoy there, Bianchido says, can I make suggestions sound of seagulls for Cow's Cam? Unfortunately, I can't add sound to Cow's Cam. I can add sound to most of the cameras, but there's no computer on Cow's Cam, so it's just the camera streams directly to YouTube, so there's no opportunity for sound, unfortunately. Oh, ahoy there, shipmate Andy Philip Hugh Lewis. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Another subscriber there. Many thanks for subscribing. What have we got going on here? Ahoy there, Sue Hawkins. I hope it's like this in 11 days' time for my cruise. Yes, indeed, shipmate. I hope it is. I see the weather's been so awful recently. It's nice to see something decent, isn't it? I certainly don't think you'd be disappointed with weather like this. Certainly seem to have a bit of tug lurking there, don't we? Wonder if that is for... There is a interesting vessel coming up Southampton water. I'll have to check. Let me go and check on... It's the FWN Space. Oh, she's coming up Southampton water. She might well need a tug. She is a... Well, she's a ship carrier. There we go. There's the FWN Space. Coming up Southampton water. There's AIDAprima, because they're getting quite close to each other. Let's see if we can see FWN Space. It's not the easiest name, doesn't exactly trip off the tongue, does it? Looks like a... I want to say that's the pilot boat. I'm thinking there on Itching Cat. I can see the other white ferry in the background there. I'm going to go with a bit of Netley Cam, I think. 'Cause I think Netley Cam will get a good view. Okay, let's go. There's the FWN space. Where are you, space? I'm just finding space on Netley Cam. Nope, oh, I've gone too far, too fast. You can see the waters are quite calm this evening. I'll say quite different. There we go. There's the FWN space. If I could just get this camera to behave. There we go. There we go. We can see this very distinctive bow of the FWN space. Ooh. So the AIDAprima has very distinctive vertical bow. This one even has like a backwards swept bow. Look at that. How interesting is that? And I particularly like these ship-on-ship boats. There'll be some lovely, lovely power boats and yachts on these things. I'd say it looks a rather mediocre selection there. I've seen better. Nonetheless, interesting to see the many different types of vessels that we have here in the port of Southampton. There you go, head on. She doesn't really look that different, does she? Get another view of her as she gets closer. Nope, that's the wrong camera. That's a view of nothing. Oh dear. This is great. I do like this time of year. We're talking what, almost 9 o'clock, and it's still light out there. The cameras are working well. We get lots of colours on the screen. An awful lot of cruise ships start coming and going for the port of Southampton. So it's definitely a good time of year to subscribe to the channel, shipmates. And if you hit that notification bell every time I do a live stream, which I know they're a bit erratic. It may just, I just tend to be in the wrong place at the wrong time most of the time. There's that bow. Very distinctive. I don't think I've seen too many ships, like I say, with a backwards raked bow. Oh, I'll go back to Netley, I think. Look at that, they're crossing. And the two bows crossed. I missed it. I was looking in the wrong screen. Oh, what an idiot. Let's have a look. What's that going here on the chat? Ahoy there, World of 360. Oh, ahoy there, Grant Waldo says, what happened to become a YouTube member? Oh, yes, I'm having a slight issue with that. Apparently, it will be reinstated at the end of the month. It's one of these YouTube things. They can turn it off very quickly, but they have their protocols and procedures to go through to turn it back on. So, end of the month and all that will be back on. In the meantime, if you'd like to make a donation to the channel, do just look at the links there. You can send one via PayPal or something else like that, or become a Patreon, and that will also support the channel. There we go. We get the FNW space here, passing the AIDAprima. No, not the... Yes, the AIDAprima. Lots of talk about Sue's on the Britannia. Oh, excellent. Well done, Sue Hawkins, shipmates. Please do give us a wave when you're on Britannia. Well, Des Leary says Blade Runner always looks like it's going backwards. And that's true. There is a bit of backwardsness to Blade Runner, isn't there? Very calm waters this evening. And these different cameras give us such a different set of angles. There is the FNW space. That seems to be kicking up a bit of wash there from something. Maybe from the other ships that's just probably from the AIDAprima. Although I've noticed cruise ships don't actually seem to generate too much wash. Yeah, FW space. One of the tugs coming in. I think that's one of the Y Storm or something. Y tugs tend to operate on the Itchin, and the other tugs tend to operate around the rest of the port. Oh, yeah, Dan Cooper asking about ferry cam. I just want to get access, shipmates. I need to get access to the property, and like I say, unfortunately, I'm pretty busy these days, and I'm about a lot. I just need to coordinate being in the right place at the right time, and the magic will happen again. There is the other tug coming with FWN space. What's happening over on Cowscam? Oh, it might get a reasonable sunset over on Cowscam. Cowscam's better for sunrises than sunsets, but you do get some interesting skies on there. You can see there it's one of the tankers over in the Esso refinery. Oh, there, TTCs. It's lovely clear as you see. It is lovely. That's what I was just saying earlier about. I do like the good weather this time of year. The bright skies. It does make for much clearer pictures. There we go, that's AIDAprima heading down Southampton water. I think that is Wittonia in the distance. What is it? I don't know actually. I think it's something else. I think it's Industrial Courage. Oh, my mistake. I've obviously been at the rums too early today. There you go. You can see all the tankers there at the Esso refinery. Look on cruise cam, you can even see the ferry from Ryde to the Isle of Wight. That's the white ship in the very distance there. Behind behind the AIDAprima, which is the foreground, in the middle is Industrial Courage. Quite busy this evening, shipmates. Quite busy out there. Oh, and there's also a red funnel ferry as well. There we go, there's the red funnel there. Heading towards us. The red funnels are a really good place to watch cruise ships from. If you have to be in the area and if you can coordinate your coming and going to the Isle of Wight with the red funnel ferry, you'll get an excellent view. Also, it's a great way of seeing the different scale of the ships. Look at this. The red funnel ferry looks like a fairly big ship. but when you come next to a cruise ship, you can see they are quite small, really, by comparison. Over on Netley Cam now, we have the red funnel ferry, red Osprey on our right side of the screen, AIDAprima in the middle, and a whole selection of tankers behind. If we have a look on Itching Cam, you can also see the Industrial Courage on the left hand side there. AIDAprima's just started to straighten up as she's going down the Forley turn. Yeah, so I had a very good time at the exhibition, the CLIA exhibition. I'm not sure what it stands for. I think it's cruise. I should know, really, shouldn't I? Cruise. Don't know. Anyway, conference for cruise ship specialists and travel agents. That was a very interesting, eye-opening experience. A lot of steps taken wandering around all the decks on all those ships. Definitely good feist from shipmate Paul there by putting on some sensible shoes. And it's turning into a bit of a nice sunset over there in the port of Southampton. Up where I am, I'm pretty much facing south where I am here. Yeah, I'm facing south, sort of southwest. Up here in Essex, but unfortunately, not much of a sunset at all here in the farm. Yeah, pretty dull. Well, I hope you enjoyed that one, shipmates. I shall try and do a few more this week, and as I seem to get the internet connection working rather well over here in the farm. It's a change. Normally I go to city centres and can't get stay in a hotel and can't get any internet connection. I'm here in the middle of nowhere in Essex, and internet connection is fantastic. Cruise Line International Association. Well, many thanks there, shipmate. There we go. I did wonder if it was Cruise Lines. It was the other I and the A bit I was struggling with. Well, the Dennis O'Leary, it's a beautiful evening. Well, I'd just like to thank you all, shipmates, for tuning in. Thanks to all the Blue Spanner crew for looking after the chat and doing such a good job, feeding me with the information that I'm just not able to find, or too busy trying to set up my farm broadcasting unit. Broadcasting for the farm. I should be off to do some tractoring tomorrow. See if we can flail those nettles down. Don't want those messing up the field for the horses. But I will. There was a couple of ships leaving tomorrow, isn't there? So let's have a look. Let's have a quick gander, shall we? Let's have a quick gander. So we have the Ventura departing tomorrow at 5 o'clock, so that probably fits in quite well. That's 106 berth, so probably go live about 5:30, I'd imagine. Then on Wednesday, we have the Silver Dawn at 7 o'clock. Tricky for that one, 101. That might fall right in the middle of dinner time. I'll see how that goes. But I should probably do Thursday, and that looks really good. So we have Thursday, we have a double header of Aurora and Queen Mary 2. Aurora leaving 46 berth at 4:30, and Queen Mary 2 5 o'clock from 106. So that'll be a pretty good gap there. I imagine Queen Mary 2 will be on the screen a little while later, but by then Aurora probably down at the bottom of Southampton water, so there'll be a good broadcast, plenty of bright light as well. Right then, shipmates, I shall continue to follow the ships out. The ship, there's only one ship this evening, although we do have the other one coming in, don't we? Where's the other one? Let's see if we can get some sort of camera here. Zoom in. We do have cameras that move, don't we? So I can zoom in on the... Oh, there it is. That's the PNW... What's it called now? What's it called? Oh dear. No, not the industrial. Oh, the PNW space. No, she's further up. It's the industrial courage. I think we can now see. Definitely can. Industrial courage, I believe, is just a general cargo ship. Picture I've got here has a lovely sort of general patina on the general cargo ship. Very fitting. Lovely bit of rust and things on it. They're real characters, the general cargo ships. I do like something with a spot of character on it. Boy there, Jack Tongini says, what a nice night, Seller. Absolutely. Lovely night. Obviously, the weather's not been very good lately. It was good also for Arvia last night. Just about see on cruise cam. Cruise cam's starting to struggle now because it's starting to get dark. And cruise cam better resolution than the other cameras, but it doesn't work quite as well in the dark. Whereas Netley cam, on the other hand, it's worked really well in the dark. Netley cam and Itchin cam, pointing over this way to pick up this lovely sunset that we have going on here. Itchin cam, surprisingly good quality. So there we go, good variety of cameras. I was looking for more camera locations, shipmates. So if you do happen to have a property which looks out at the water somewhere, could be anywhere, a port ideally, somewhere in the UK, doesn't have to be in the Port of Southampton area, then let me know and we'll see what we can work out. I was talking to a shipmate that has looking to install one in the Isles of Scilly, not from the channel, unfortunately. I thought that was rather unsporting of him, but never mind. I suppose it's up to him, isn't it? Yeah, it's just starting to get dark. That's very impressive, isn't it? I mean, I know we're a little way away from the longest day, but it's much better once you get into May. April, May, especially once the clocks go forward, makes such a difference. In the winter, it's all so dark and miserable looking. Much better today. What's the weather currently at? We're at 13C. Wind has dropped. It was definitely very windy this morning. Yeah, you can see it's been dropping all day. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you'd be absolutely having a wonderful evening there. Sat on the stern of AIDAprima on your way to Le Havre, and you'd have in the background some sort of view like this. I don't think you could ask for finer. Even a potentially Caribbean rivaling view, that potentially. Well, there's Stephen Jones. I'd like to thank the Blue Spanner team. Thank you there, shipmates. Can't thank the Blue Spanners enough. They do a phenomenal job. Woolly Beef suggests that the Solent is not properly lit. Could be. I'm not sure how easy it would be to sprinkle some lighting for it. Might be beyond the channel's ability. I don't know. Shipmate Grant Waldo says good night. Got a few, like I said, I've got a few videos. A tour of Balmoral. Need to edit that one up. See if I can do that. And the tour of Celebrity Silhouette, and a tour of AIDAprima. I'm not sure I took enough to do a tour of AIDAprima, so definitely do the other two. Although I did have some lunch on AIDAprima. Oh, sorry, on P&O Avia. Out of all the ships, out of Balmoral, Celebrity Silhouette, and P&O Avia, I would say that the food on Fred Olsen Balmoral was the most impressive. Service was also very good, and the wine was most excellent, especially as the sommelier came out and gave a short talk on the qualities of the wines, and then proceeded to suggest that we need to drink more to appreciate excellent selections. I couldn't agree more, and she even supplied a port for dessert. If I was a cruise ship reviewer, I think she would have won me over there and there on the spot. I'd be giving a very good review. I think I saw some there. Shipmate. Oh, does he see? Yes. TC says stunning views. Yeah, there are some stunning views. What's on cows? A bit of colour coming in on cows. Mainly itching cams, getting a very nice look at that. It's lovely orange sky. Pity not more clouds. Lovely silhouette of the Southampton skyline, the Moresby Tower, the prominent tower to the slide to the right, centre of the screen there. Cruise cab. Not seeing a great deal. Bright light of the port slightly affects the camera there. It's a little unfair. But must be Red Osprey coming up. And AIDAprima. Oh, you can see the sail away disco in full force there. She won't be long. Getting very close to cow shot. See, just about to round cow shot. Any second now. The pilot vessel majestic there in front, ready to collect the pilot. Otherwise he'll end up in Le Havre, which perhaps he might want to be in Le Havre, of course. Be very convenient, wouldn't it? That's very pretty indeed on Itchin. You can tell it's a really clear night. You can see all the navigational buoys in the Solent and Southampton water flashing. I don't know if you've noticed, but they all flash at different rates and different colours. Some are red and some are green. On the camera they all tend to look white, but in reality they are definitely red and definitely greeny colour. But it's difficult to tell. Because of the difficulty of telling the colours, they all flash at different rates. Some flash more, some flash less, some flash hardly at all. While you're navigating your way across dark waters, when you've got your charts handy, it's quite easy to see what's going on by the different flash rates. of the different buoys. And once you've worked out if it's 4 on, 4 off, or occulting, or whatever it is, you can work out which one's which. Because sometimes they flash once every 10 seconds, flash twice every 30 seconds, flash on and off pretty much every other shot. Yeah. Boy, there, shipmates. Peter Howells says stunning shot. I think you might be referring to Itching Cam here. There we go. It is rather nice, isn't it? Over here on the Itching. Little clouds coming in. Give it a little spot of detail. Start wisps of cloud maybe in the middle. Difficult to say. It's rather nice. Over on Cruise Cam, we've got one of the Wilhelmsen, the Ark Defender. Looks like she's just departing for somewhere. Yeah, it's a better picture here in the port of Southampton. Mainly because the camera's not so zoomed and there's a lot of ambient light in the port. So AIDAprima is now past Cowshot Castle and Cowshot Spit. That's this land. This is Cowshot Castle. Is that little circle there? There we go. That's Cowshot Castle, and this is Cowshot Spit. I would suggest that AIDAprima is going to start turning any moment. Any moment now. These two lines here mark the channel. And so when I talk about the ships going around Bramble Bank, there you go, you can actually see this on this map here, can't you? So they follow this line here. You can see where all these ships are going. All these are little yachts. This is Bramble Bank. This is where the cricket match occurs once a year. That's high tide, low tide, sorry. And so the ships have to navigate around it. This area here is too shallow for large ships. There is a channel here called the North Channel. It's navigable by ships like Blade Runner, but anything the size of AIDAprima has to go around here, around to the Isle of Wight, and avoid the Bramble Bank. And there you see that she's started her turn. Ark Defender is on her way to Antwerp in Belgium, probably delivering Minis and Range Rovers. And you can see that disco in full force for the sailaway party. Oh, there, Pack Andrew. Oh, he says, when do the pilots disembark? And yes, Kevin 2 says, but normally between the ports and the Nab Tower. Yeah, it's somewhere along there, depending where conditions are. So, yep. Boy, there, shipmate Dennis O'Leary says, if you ever do a calendar featuring the views, he's definitely put him down for one. Okay, shipmate. I have thought about this. I did look into it a while ago, and I couldn't. There were a couple of services that allow you to have a calendar that starts on any month, because I was going to try. I didn't really want to buy a whole lot of calendars which started in January and then not sell them, because then they're not much use, are they? If you buy a calendar in June and it starts in January, doesn't seem very useful. But if you can buy one that starts anyway, but then I'm not really sure. So I got waylaid and forgot. No, yes, no, I forgot about it basically. Too many options, confused poor old captain. The Ark Defender there, scooting along on her way out, off to Antwerp's. AIDAprima made a hard turn to the right. The sun is still a lovely setting over in the port of Southampton. There's the view from the River Itchen. She'll shortly disappear behind Cowshot Castle, Cowshot Spit. There we go, just on the right there. That tall tower is oh, I'm not having a very good day. My memory's going. Must be something I've eaten. Tall tower is the National Inshore Coast Guard. Nox. Oh, hang on. Not sure. Anyway, it's a observation and tower run by volunteers, and they keep a log of all the vessels coming and going into Port Southampton. Oh, well, the beast says, oh, yes, I'm the only one with itching cam. No, you're absolutely right, yes. Yeah, I've had to turn it off. Do you know what? I can turn it back on if I'm not going to move it. Yeah, that is itching cam with phenomenal view at the moment. I have to turn itching cam off when I'm live streaming because there's not enough internet bandwidth to get it to work. But as we're about to go offline, turn it back on. I'm going to say that, yeah, call that. It's camera starting to lose focus. Probably a fairly decent view on Netley Cam as well by now, I would have thought. Oh, different set of colours. This is Netley Cam. There we go. And I just need to remember the password for the computer. I think we've had a bit of a reboot. Can't remember the password. There we go. Computer rebooted. Probably did an update when I turn off the live streaming. It stops the camera from being paused. Sorry, the computer rebooting. Yeah. Oh, it's doing updates. Oh, there's lots of updates. Well, I hope you enjoyed that one, shipmates. Thanks for joining in. Many thanks to the Blue Spanner crew. And keep subscribed for the next one tomorrow. Till next time, shipmates.